Hello traders, it is my joy and honor and huge privilege to be here with you today on November 6, 2025. It is 4 p.m. EST in US, so if you are slightly confused on time because you're in different parts of the world, I would like to let you know that I am recording this webinar for you. But if you would like to watch it one more time to clarify multiple other things you witness, please do. But first, extremely important disclaimer. Please note, I'm here to educate and empower you. I'm not a financial advisor, and nothing in this webinar constitutes a financial advice. No student had ever been paid for their testimonial. All software and systems shown without any guarantees. Past performance does not guarantee future results, and I hope you personally trade with risk you can personally afford to trade, as trading involves substantial risks. So please never ever trade with risk you cannot afford personally, only with risk you can take. In this webinar, we will cover how Alpha Fibonacci predictive and very simple system has been traded by traders of all levels, from beginner to hedge fund manager in US and globally since 2011. Yesterday, actually, a historical event, one of the students purchased private mentoring for one of his friends. Prior, we had brother buying course for his brother on his birthday. Today, friend bought a course for the friend. Fathers buying courses for their children, husbands entering their wives in the course. It's a family affair, as you're witnessing next, for very clear reasons. Because Alpha Fibonacci system and software identifies precise entry stops and targets across all instruments, all time frames, all platforms, as played out this morning in the trading room, which had been recorded. We will dive deep how you personally can remove pain and speculation from trading with predictive Alpha Fibonacci precise simplicity. And as today is a very final event before very final Fibonacci trading bootcamp, I will dive deep into what makes this bootcamp very special, with a very special offer. But first, briefly about myself. I arrived to US from USSR as a classical pianist in 1989. I recognized that could not survive playing piano, so I went back to university. I became RN. I worked at Johns Hopkins Psychiatry and Research. I'm licensed in brain health, in human empowerment for the last 30 plus years, which I bring to my students as my license remains current. 2004, I discovered passion for Fibonacci. And as you learn about me much more, about my podcast and in the bootcamp, you witness that 2008, there was not much for me to do. And I became obsessed witnessing the power of the system I started developing. I witnessed how stocks that came out with spectacular earnings and fundamentals were collapsing, as played out this morning again and again and again. I keep saying no to top financial institutions on the planet. 2011, I launched my own website, my own YouTube channel, the only social media I have. I have zero interest in Instagram, in Discord, in the rest of the noise. I like to work with intelligent human beings, as you will witness next. As again and again and again, traders from 12 to 80 plus year olds, from complete beginners to hedge fund managers to JP Morgan traders, trading proprietary system across all instruments, all time frames, all platforms, from day to position trading. In the last 21 years, I developed over 400 proprietary systems. When I witnessed very clearly one of the most important events of my life, that pure price is exactly the same across all instruments, that wasting your time on the software or system that works only on one instrument is a huge mistake. And I witnessed, as I teach daily for the last 15 years, that Alpha Fibonacci forms all markets into precise puzzle. So let's do a deep dive. What absolutely stumped me more than 20 years ago. Here's the chart. Let's go into it. When you look at all of these charts, no one knows what chart this is. When you're looking at the price, you are clear. It's a price. When you're looking at the price, you are clear. It's a price. It looks exactly the same. But in reality, every single one of these instruments is completely different. So every single system I ever developed in the last 21 years, and I will give you a glimpse into my work, applies to gold. Any chart applies to oil. Any chart applies to euro, to pound, to crypto, to Nvidia, to oil, to gold. If the instrument has price, Alpha Fibonacci Proprietary System applies. This is the canvas I work with every single day for the last 21 years. This is what I build my proprietary systems on. By applying proprietary Fibonacci settings that you can insert on any platform on your choice, I do not use standard Fibonacci numbers. I developed my own, and my own strategies that no one else in the world does. That's it. So when you understand the power of this simplicity and what matters, and I receive recognition from top financial institutions on the planet, as everyone knows, Goldman Sachs, and my answer remains no. There is only one fund on the planet I would never say no. If that fund would reach out and let me work from anywhere in the world, I will consider taking that offer. Because I love where I live and I love what I do. That's it. And that's the precision and power that I cherish and celebrate, traveling the world, meeting my students. William and I been together forever, and he just bought a course for his friend. Ken made movie about Fibonacci Trading Institute. Sam put his daughter through Harvard. Emmanuel brought his wife to the course. They both prop firm traders. Richard retired trading the system. Jason, my friend for life. And I keep receiving invitations to weddings of my students, including to one in India last year. I travel the world meeting with hedge fund managers and their families. And this is the reason I live and breathe what I do. Because when fathers bring in their children and students are my mega trading power, that's the reason I wake up 4 a.m. for the last 15 years and continue teaching children of hedge fund managers and children of my students. So when Dominic became bored during COVID and right out of the gate he delivered spectacular performance, listen to their podcast. His father trading completely different instrument. His father is institutional trader who is managing multi-million-dollar accounts. Dominic, Andrew are my dearest friends for life. In a very different part of the world. As you will witness next, it's a global family affair. From US to more than 60 countries. So when you listen to Traders podcast, you see and understand very, very well that 99% of thousands of traders I worked with since 2011 have been struggling forever, not because it's their fault. It's because market designed to chase indicators, to chase speculative delayed systems. They don't deliver any results. So when you clog your incredible, limitless brain with so much noise and so much delayed, speculative I don't want to use negative words. Trader becomes very stressed out and exhausted for no reason whatsoever. So when you recognize if you've been struggling, it's not because it's your fault. It's because market designed that way. So if you're still considering that trading is complex, trading is difficult, and only way it can be solved by loading more confusing indicators, listen to complete beginner traders. Listen to children who trade in proprietary Alpha Fibonacci system, which is pure and simple. Michael been with me for the last 15 years. This photo, 15 years old, he brought Emma to trade when she was 12. Right now Emma is 17 and Michael became a prop firm trader. Michael relocating to live close to me. As we discussed, we're gonna take another family photo that's not so outdated. Alpha Fibonacci system changed Michael's life and changed his family life. And when you decide to day trade futures and you decide to add a multi-market scanner with trade recognition software, this is how it will show up. It will come up with the alerts, and when massive numbers of alerts come up, it means institutional volume and powers here. You don't need to load up any indicators. You learn and witness where to buy and where to sell the market with very strong clarity. So this is simplicity of software to day trade futures. Again, it's never, ever a requirement. So if you came to the trading room this week, you witnessed how powerful all the events were, how system and software picked up the bottom and picked up the top. This is software to day trade futures for Ninja Trader 8. This is not. There is no software on this chart, only proprietary tool you insert on the platform of your choice. So when you insert proprietary Fibonacci retracement tool with proprietary rules and you are on trading, you interact with brokers, you are on TradeStation, Thinkorswim, MT4, MT5, TradeStation platforms in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia, in New Zealand, I never heard of. All you need pure price and Fibonacci retracement tool. So let's dive deep into S&P and Nasdaq and how Alpha Fibonacci system spelled out where to buy and where to sell market from at the very top. You can back the system going back 100 years. I encourage you to do this on any types of charts. So based on the data I have, let's recap the events for the last year. Tariff war zone, this is March 6th, 8 months ago. Voila, market selling off. Intelligent trader very excited, knowing many months in advance where to buy and what not to short into. Tariff war continues, $1 trillion days here, second week in April. You are no longer gambling with your money, you are an intelligent trader. No matter how horrific tariff war is, you are not shorting anywhere near proprietary Alpha Fibonacci by institutional level. You are buying the market with vengeance. This morning market no longer at 5,000 level. Alpha Fibonacci system spelled out many months in advance where market would crash and burn from. As I just finished teaching institutional class and new students who just joined were blown away. Sell-off and crash in a progress. Tomorrow is historical day, and with a single glimpse, intelligent trader knows this extremely well. So when you start each and every day with core institutional charts, the sky's the limit. But if you zoom in on retail chart, you understand quite well. Every single day this week was completely different. This was yesterday. Again, all recorded on video and will be posted on YouTube. This was November 5th. Our bias firmly bullish, and you know far in advance where market would crash and burn from. No matter what chart you trade. Is it 5? Is it 3? Is it 1? Alpha Fibonacci system applies to every time frame, every instrument. This morning, market started extremely slow. This morning, market reminded you, if you understand the power of these levels and the importance of this event, you knew quite well that sell-off and crash is the only good news. Congruency with institutional sell is absolutely essential to your trading success. This is entirely different market than the market in April. And that's predictive precision of the Alpha Fibonacci system. From micro to macro charts reflecting very, very clearly that you know far in advance if you want to buy or sell the market, no matter what chart you trade. So as a day trader, this is simplicity of the software for Dow futures and S&P. This is very pure long from the bold green zone. Absolutely no speculation. So if you were buying the market on S&P in the months of April, you're a genius. Not anymore. What else do you know many months in advance? This is historical level. Knowing what to do at this level, you learn in the course. So again and again and again, this bullish rally identified many months in advance. And that's the reason institutions such as Goldman very interested in my work. It's not because of tiny little charts, but when you're trading with congruency, knowing months in advance, this is entirely different trading than here. So let's jump into this. Weekly, my favorite chart of the time. This is the month of April. Intelligent trader not taking vacation in April. Intelligent trader zooming in on $1 trillion day in US market. This is the moment you understand the power of the system. This is it. This morning market no longer at 5,000 level. This morning market 1,800 points higher with a serious institutional profit taking. Tomorrow it's historical day. An intelligent Alpha Fibonacci trader knows many months in advance why I say that. That's it. How to trade this with critical key retail levels as a day trader, you learn in the course. And you make a personal decision if you want to add optional software or not. And if you want to trade gold, of course you can. Any future with a software. So the power of the system removes all the noise, it removes all the panic, it removes all the confusion. You're witnessing very clearly. Market is flawless, precise, Alpha Fibonacci chess. You're trading markets as chess player. If you can drive the car, if you can catch the fish, if you can play chess or checkers, your brain already trained to become successful trader. And when I give you this phenomenal tool, proprietary Alpha Fibonacci system, you trade with precise simplicity on all instruments, all time frames, all platforms. So pure price for entry and proprietary Alpha Fibonacci retracement for exits. So let's go straight to this micro Nasdaq. So even when I work with prop firm traders who managing multi-million-dollar accounts, they still trading micro Nasdaq because risk management is everything, correct? You can trade 20, 30, 50 lots, but remembering that Nasdaq swinging hundreds of points, you knew quite well. For example, I will take you back. Why don't we go to the months of September? September 1st, bullish rally overextended. In the course you learn, we start seeing selling pressure. But what was so important and powerful about this chart? This level was obeyed. Institutional correction remains weak. Profit taking is here, but profit taking is weak. Here comes drastically bigger profit taking. This is also option traders' favorite chart. So when I work with heart surgeon, when I work with oncologist, when I work with oncological surgeon who took this bullish rally from the months of April up, it's a stunning reminder. You do not have to day trade. You don't. If you've been brainwashed that day trading makes so much money, with the Alpha Fibonacci system you can do both. But if you work full-time or you're full-time business owner, look at the chart once an hour, once a day, once a week, once a month. You can trade this system on any chart you choose. So let me take you back on core institutional chart and my favorite chart of all times, which is weekly. Chart that has no noise, that reflects trillions of dollars in US market. Let's go to the chart exactly. Let's go 13 months ago, shall we? So you remember forever, well before the election, when Trump and Elon Musk lovey-dovey and Elon Musk rallying for Trump, what was happening at that chart and what was the price telling you, as we will go to Tesla next. This is before the election. Many months in advance, you know, price is struggling, trend is weak. But when price comes to reversal zone, 2 months after the election, well before all the fuss and all the noise starts with Elon Musk and Trump, the tariff war is starting, correct? Market in free fall. You are very, very ready, knowing quite well. Were you planning to buy a Nasdaq? Here is the month of April. Everyone with me? In the course you learned that price selling off outside of decision point 2 high 80% of the time. You zoomed in on Nasdaq at 17,000 level. So many of my students all over the world, hedge fund managers trading this on any instrument they choose. You're riding Nasdaq to the top to 26,000 level. This is 9,000 points on Nasdaq, which is a stunning reminder. When life gets tough, when life gets stressful, day trading is the last business on the planet you want to be involved in. Use system long term. Allow yourself to exhale, to make a rational decision. Your brain cannot be rational when your brain is loaded with cortisol. So having opportunity to look at the chart once a day, once a week, once a month, this year would have produced phenomenal results on Nasdaq, which you can also trade as QQQ or various other vehicles. But what played out on Nasdaq this week? And as you knew where to short Nasdaq from, this was Monday, the start of the crash. This was Tuesday, all recorded on video, posted on YouTube channel, as you knew where to exit long. And this is what played out yesterday and today. Yesterday bias was bullish until price reached this level at the market close, and sell-off continued with vengeance this morning. And again, this is retail chart you can use on any time frame you choose. But price spelled out. Intelligent traders shorting the market with institutions. Buying the market against falling knife is not a brilliant move. So this is a historical level on Nasdaq. What will happen on Nasdaq at this level will define Nasdaq for many months to come. And we will discuss all of this in live markets in bootcamp. That's it. As I knew when to schedule bootcamp, as price spelled out, when the crash will happen. That's it. Tomorrow is a historical day. Next week will define markets for years to come. That's it. And that's the power of predictive proprietary Alpha Fibonacci system that you can trade on any instrument, any chart you choose. Terry and I working right now together. He was very struggling trader when he came to me. And right now I invited him to a very exclusive private club of my elite traders. Entirely different background than Michael, than Emma, than Dominic, than Andrew. In very different part of the world. So when you listen to my traders podcast and you see very clearly, wow, private mentoring opened a level of trading I did not know existed. Terry signed up to be my student forever, for every strategy I will ever develop. That's what he said before, when he struggled immensely. So to make this kind of progress since the months of July through September became phenomenal game changer for Terry, who was completely lost. When he called to me, he was on the verge of tears. He hated trading, not anymore. When Terry cannot come to classes, he is sending me the nicest messages because he is also a full-time business owner. Pain, stress, confusion, chasing market, losing money is over. It's done. You're done being bottom 95%. You are done doing what does not work. I open your eyes. I make you self-aware. So you wake up and see. Pure price is the answer. And when you trading pure and you inserting proprietary Alpha Fibonacci retracements, you can trade any instrument you choose. So let's go to very important events in financial markets, shall we? Let's look on multiple other instruments. My goodness, how is it possible? 2 wars in Europe, but Alpha Fibonacci system spelled out to buy at the bottom? My goodness, my hometown is being bombed. My friends and relatives losing so much during this war, including a week ago. One of the worst events in my family, but Euro keeps rallying. And our student in Moscow knows who to help. As I just spoke with another one who says people cannot do anything. People just thrown to fight the war. So how is it possible that you are rallying when Europe in complete shock? Here we are, October 2022. My goodness, is this possible? Is it really happening that Euro is setting up for a rally? Of course. Our student in Saudi Arabia, Jamal, hated his life in Saudi. He bought a home in South France when Euro at 96 cents. Exact same event as in months on April on S&P and Nasdaq, but very different instrument. Euro no longer at 97 cents. The biggest rally on Euro continued even after the day Hamas entered Israel. Remained firmly bullish. Absolutely bullish. Second war in Europe and Euro still rallying? My goodness. Market is flawless Alpha Fibonacci puzzle. If trading on the news worked, everybody would be shorting euro. But euro kept rallying with vengeance until it reached Alpha Fibonacci reversal zone. Finally, we're getting a little pullback on euro, correct? That's it. But sellers are weak on euro. From 97 cents to 118, euro doubled in value, despite absolute catastrophe in euro. Here is more. One of my favorite events this year is Tesla. Intelligent trader knew well before Trump won the election to short Tesla from. Here's Tesla in January this year, correct? But let's go to the important part. Let's go to the month of April, shall we? Because if you know anything about Tesla and you go to the internet and you see Tesla earnings are absolute horror, catastrophic earnings, but intelligent Alpha Fibonacci trader buying Tesla, not shorting Tesla. Triple catastrophe on Tesla, triple horrific earnings, Tesla more than doubled in value. So when you start using your limitless brain and you stop listening to gossip and hype and you start trading Alpha Fibonacci system, you start understanding quite well. If trading on the news worked, if trading on the earnings worked, every person on the planet would be Bill Gates. It does not. Catastrophic, horrific earnings don't mean a thing. Tesla more than doubled in value. Here's oil. I never knew that traders in Saudi Arabia are not allowed to short the market. We have an incredible student in Saudi Arabia who can only buy the markets. So pay attention what happened on oil. As everyone aware of US bombing Iran, correct? So here's oil, very important institutional chart. Let's go straight into it, shall we? May 2025. The world is in shock as Trump and Iran lovey-dovey in negotiations. What in the world? Is this really possible? But before I leave to Europe, I discuss with my students absolutely no reason in the world to buy oil anywhere near 75. So as a retail trader who's trading micro levels, micro charts, you buying oil until this level. We are in Europe, getting paged in the middle of the night. US Embassy, worst threats against Americans because US bombed Iran. Oh my goodness. CNBC is blasting buy oil because there is oil supply shortage. Is it possible? Oil in free fall. Doesn't matter how much Ukraine destroying Russian oil supplies, oil keeps selling off. Institutional support is present, institutional buyers stepped in, but not so fast, because Alpha Fibonacci resistance blocking the rally. Correct? And that's another powerful reminder. When you understand the power of institutional Alpha Fibonacci system, and you know where institutional traders buy, and you know where institutional resistance is, this level will define oil for many, many months to come. 57 and 61. 57 is out, oil in free fall. And Mustafa in Saudi Arabia will be excited again to buy the bottom. Because my goodness, if you live in a free world and you shorted oil from the top despite US bombing Iran, oil collapsed 20% plus, plus, plus. And that's the power of the system that also allow you to buy Nvidia. So how is it possible Nvidia in free fall? Because it came to Alpha Fibonacci reversal zone. So no matter what instrument you trade, when you use your limitless brain, you can trade 5 minutes on S&P, you can trade range charts, you can trade tick charts on any charts you use. But if you want to use the system long term on stocks, on Forex, on crypto, let's go. Here is Bitcoin with Alpha Fibonacci system. Bitcoin will keep swinging 34 to 86%. So when you start using your limitless brain and you understand where to buy Bitcoin from, here's Bitcoin in the month of April. So when I worked in Johns Hopkins Psychiatry and Research, I witnessed the power of colors on human brain. For that reason, I made this bold pink line very, very pink, so you would never ignore that. Do you remember oil? Identical levels, correct? This is Bitcoin in the month of April. Key level to the downside. Bitcoin stuck in correction for 2 months until it skyrockets again until 120. So if you took Bitcoin from 77 to 120, it's a beautiful run. But do you know what to do with your position now? Do you understand what this means when Bitcoin in free fall? Do you understand if this level is out, Bitcoin collapsing to oops, what to do with your position, you learn in the course. So if you listen to gamblers who will tell you Bitcoin goes vertical again and again and again, gossip and speculation creating stress. In the course and in the bootcamp, I focus on what matters in life, which is peaceful, solid, consistent trading. 97,000 lifeline for Bitcoin. This level is out. 85,000 to follow. 77,000 is out. Bitcoin in free fall. That's it. Pure and simple. So when you're looking on Ethereum and Ethereum collapsing again and again and again, you are not surprised, knowing quite well. Ethereum already collapsed from 50,000 to 31,000 level. Again, another 40%. So whatever you decide to trade is absolutely your personal choice, because every single instrument on this earth that has price, Alpha Fibonacci system applies. You are not a gambler, you are not a speculator. You are done being majority. You want to get to the top. Alpha Fibonacci system allows you to do that. All you have to do is make an effort. So here's a very, very powerful event right now playing out on gold. Gold came to Alpha Fibonacci reversal zone, identified many months in advance. This is gold now. Selling pressure is on, this level is out, gold heading to 3,800, 3,700 level. That's it. But all of this, identical strategies, you can day trade on any instrument you choose. And when the alerts come out on the instrument of your choice, as I have S&P and Nasdaq loaded, and we had multiple long alerts, this is how alerts play out on your charts. That's it. So choice is yours. If you want to day trade or position trade the system, as again and again and again, pure price is the answer. So here we go. I just chose to go to 1 minute on S&P and project software on 1. This is how software picked up bullish rally on S&P. One of many trades that played out this morning. After all, you are in the bold green zone. You knew quite well this is retail long. That's it. And again, I can convert this chart to any chart I choose. That's how alerts show up. So again, we already dived into all of the institutional entries, but this was also the events before, showing you catastrophic global events. Bullish rally on S&P continues skyrocketing, despite inflation, despite catastrophe in Europe. On and on and on as this played out since 2023. So Pablo, complete beginner trader, Pablo called me, he said, I cannot take it anymore being an attorney, it's horror. I hate my job, it's very, very stressful. I've heard incredible things about you. I want to become your private client. Right now, Pablo is prop firm trader. He's trading everything. Multiple prop firm accounts, not just futures, but stocks, Forex, options, TradeStation, and multiple other accounts. And that's the reason I live and breathe what I do. So when you trade on markets, a strategic, precise, intelligent chess, as you already witnessed on NVIDIA, and please do post questions about any instrument I will gladly review next. So is anyone surprised NVIDIA is selling off? It simply came to Alpha Fibonacci reversal zone. But again, if I take you back on NVIDIA to before the rally, and day trading not your cup of tea because you're not patient, you're not disciplined, and life is very stressful now. Don't force it, please. Use system long term. You could have taken NVIDIA from very bottom since the middle April. That's it. NVIDIA is no longer at 97 level. NVIDIA more than doubled in value. That's it. So I greatly appreciate recognition from top financial institutions in the world. So if you are here this morning and you present one of these institutions, again, the moment you let me work remote, I will continue the conversation. Otherwise, I live and breathe what I do, and I love where I live. That's it. Pure and simple. So if you understand the power of this and simplicity of this, and you decide what you want to do and trade, the sky's the limit. So again and again, I can review multiple instruments forever. Here's Apple. Apple skyrocketed and broke through critical key resistance, heading higher and higher. Unlike NVIDIA, Apple is vertical. How to trade this, you learn in the course. So when you make a decision to take positions at critical key institutional levels, you do not spend endless hours glued to the screen. And you also know when to take a vacation, and you also know when to trade and not to take a vacation. So what would your trading be like if you traded with institutional Alpha Fibonacci levels, as we already reviewed Euro, and how Euro doubled in value despite catastrophe in Europe? So let's go to US dollar, shall we? Here's US dollar for the last 3 years. Here's US dollar October 2024. No one knows yet who will win the election. Again, pay attention how important this event is. Here comes the election. Price reaches reversal zone. Tariff war starts. Phenomenal opportunity to short US dollar. Not to buy. That's it. This morning, US dollar finally rallying back up. And up and up and up. What will happen on US dollar at 143 will define US dollar for years to come. But this was catastrophic crash on US dollar. That's it. So no matter what instrument you trade, choice is absolutely yours. And when Sue comes to the course after losing a fortune for many, many years, she's my dearest friend for life. She's a phenomenal trader, and trading S&P, trading commodities, trading Bitcoin, oil, gold, silver. Absolutely your personal choice, and you can listen to all of these traders on our podcast channel. And when students making and saying extremely big words, this is very important event. Patrick took last bootcamp, became absolutely obsessed, and guess what? So many graduates signing up for every bootcamp I will ever teach, because when bootcamp plays out during live markets, it changes your trading forever. So when you come to the website, this is very important event. I will no longer teach Alpha Fibonacci core strategy in the trading bootcamp. My strategies became invaluable. This is my gift to humanity. If you're joining us in the very final recorded trading bootcamp, your absolute knowledge of proprietary system will skyrocket, especially if markets are volatile. The value of the bootcamp, $27.77, included at no extra cost to new students. So if you are signing up for private mentoring with a bootcamp, value savings almost $10,000. If you are signing up for a group course, value almost $8,000. Every package will include live and recorded trading bootcamp, lifetime system, all platforms, video library of prior 300 plus live recorded classes and modules. If you are on Ninja Trader 8, option 2 and 4 appropriate for you. So please review all the information on the website and understand this is less than 1% of emails I receive. Tens of thousands of emails in my boxes. I cannot upload all of them to the website. But when you see how students say extremely beautiful words that make me blush, even on Halloween, no tricks, only treats, because of Fibonacci and your incredible vision. So that's the reason I live and breathe what I do. And that's the reason I wake up at 4 a.m. to teach my students in US and globally a scam making movie about Fibonacci Trading Institute celebrating 15-year anniversary. So please review everything on the website, and if you have any questions for me, simply pick up the phone and call or send me an email with your number. But if you are very clear on everything I have presented here, I look forward to seeing you in bootcamp. That's it. And in the bootcamp, of course, I would be diving deep into trader psychology. So no matter if you're a beginner or hedge fund manager, no matter if you own the business or work full time, most of our traders watching recordings, most do not come to live classes. But if you can come to live class, you have opportunity to ask me questions and witness system in the live markets. This is a proven system traded globally by traders from 12 to 80 plus years old. On all instruments, all time frames or platforms, from day to position traders, from micro to macro accounts. That's it. So when you click sign up, 4 options become available. Simply choose the one appropriate for you. This is without bootcamp. With a bootcamp, your savings drastically bigger. That's it. So I look forward to seeing you in a trading bootcamp. Add additional savings and understand. This is a value at no extra cost to new students. That's it. Thank you so much, everyone. It's been my joy and honor. I live and breathe what I do, and here's a glimpse into my work. If I click on this chart, for example, so you can see the number of strategies I work right now. As again, I work with programmers all over the world. I simply decode the price. Over 470 proprietary systems developed. This is this year alone. Just a glimpse on my work. Some love solving the puzzle. I love solving markets. That's my puzzle. When I don't play piano and I don't practice yoga and I don't pray and I don't spend time with my family and my loved ones, this is what I do. This is my chill, this is my relaxation, building my own systems. That's it. So I hope you enjoyed this webinar. I hope you're joining us in the bootcamp.